Now at 10, we'll hear from the city of Carthage, Missouri on a $1 million grant being used to build an industrial park. Plus, authorities find a missing man from Parsons, Kansas. We'll have details. And McDonald County High School hands out more than $1 million in scholarships to students.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
We begin tonight with breaking news. The body of a missing Parsons man is found and authorities arrest 2 suspects. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Jalen Banks. 23-year-old Dakota Patton was last seen on April 25th in Parsons. The Kansas Bureau of Investigation and the Labette County Sheriff's Office say they found Patton's remains in a field near 20th Road and Xavier Road. They determined Patton died from an apparent gunshot wound. Authorities arrested 47-year-old Kimberly Thomas with warrants for first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder. Authorities also arrested 32-year-old Clint Nebarger on the same warrants. Chief Meteorologist Doug Cady joins us with the first look at the weather.
Yeah, we've been tracking a couple big thunderstorms really throughout the evening hours, very slow movers. Very electric storms, but we've had several severe thunderstorm warnings throughout the evening hours. And look at all the lightning. So we are looking from 7th and the range line, looking north into this thunderstorm, which has been weakening just a bit over the past couple hours. So we don't have any more warnings at this point in time. We still have a severe thunderstorm watch, which is in effect until 11 p.m. But you can see this cell back building just a little bit. So mainly just north of Pittsburgh. So you can see the lightning from 100 miles away, all the way down through western parts of Barton County, just to the west of Lamar. But we are going to have these hit and miss storms scattered about as we go through the night. I think most of these are going to behave, some moderate, some strong storms. Can't rule out a random low-grade severe thunderstorm, so we're going to have to watch that. Of course, we're going to look at more threats the rest of this week here in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. The city of Carthage, Missouri is getting an industrial park. Officials say the city has been working on this project for years now. KOAM John Nahoudala talked with the city of Carthage and Carthage Economic Development Corporation and has more.
It's a project they've been working on for at least 15 years. They tried to pass a tax issue at one point in time. That didn't work out, and since then it's just always come down to the matter of funding, trying to find someone able to actually acquire enough funds to purchase the land.
Jeff Meredith, CEO of the Carthage Economic Development Corporation, says it is huge they are able to develop an industrial park south of Mercy Hospital in Carthage. The community partnership is important for City Administrator Greg Dagnan. The city is investing $1 million, Carthage Water and Electric $1.5 million. Local Studley Trust is adding another $1 million, and the state grant brings the total to $5 million.
We did just have some city-owned land, and when we actually started focusing on it, we sold it pretty quickly to different industries and people that we wanted to come to town. So I'm really excited to have some more land that we can, really cater to the businesses that we want to come here and really help drive the economy.
Meredith says this is a great place to store or move product because of the short driving time.
Because of the close proximity to both I-49 and I-44, a warehouse is a very ideal business that could be here, because within 4 miles, you're connected to 2 different interstates that can connect you to both the north and south ends of the country, as well as the east and west coasts.
Meredith says once the actual closing date for the transaction is determined, they will have a land available sign visible from the highway. He says the next step is to find a business interested so they can leverage opportunities connected to job growth. In Carthage, John Nahoudala, KOAM News.
Meredith recommends any interested industrial businesses wanting to warehouse products to contact the Carthage Economic Development Corporation. 6 Pittsburgh high school students today signed fine arts scholarships at the collegiate level. 5 students earned scholarships to Pitt State. 1 student earned a scholarship to Kansas State University.
It is a big day. I guess it hasn't really set into reality for me. This has been, like 14 years in the making, I suppose. I guess it hasn't set in yet. Like, I'm going to get home and just probably be screaming in my room or something like that.
The students signed their scholarships at the Pittsburgh High School auditorium. McDonald County High School handed out more than $1 million tonight. The school hosted its senior scholarship night. They handed out more than 150 awards to students totaling more than $1.2 million. Officials say the students have worked very hard to get this far.
So this is a very exciting night for us. This is our Senior Scholarship Award night, and almost 150 kids are gathered here tonight, and their families and representatives of some of these scholarships to give away these scholarships to these kids. It's just a testimony of the hard work and dedication that they've put in throughout the year.
$800,000 of the scholarships came from the state's A+ scholarship program. The final week of the 2023 Missouri legislative session is just getting started, but only 3 bills have made it to the governor's desk. Reporter Marina Silva breaks down what still needs to be done and what the priorities are for some lawmakers.
Lawmakers have less than 5 days to get bills passed during this 2023 session. One of the leading Republicans in the state, Caleb Rowden, says public safety will be a priority.
There's some other stuff that we want to get done. I still think we'll have a conversation about public safety. Could look a little different now because of the news from this week.
Republicans and Democrats both hope education bills are discussed this week.
The pro tem said something about an education conversation that would be different next week. That's something we haven't really tackled all session.
Another issue Republicans want to see passed this week, a new process for initiative petitions. Those are signed sheets any Missourian can turn in. If there are enough signatures, they can get an issue put on the ballot. Republicans want changes. They say it may take a conference committee made up of all parties in the Senate and House to make it happen.
IP is still in flux. I think that conference committee is talking a little bit behind the scenes. So, no reason to believe, based on anything that happened this week, that we won't have, a relatively normal last week of session next.
Senator Rizzo says he's not giving up hope of action this week.
Last week of session is always, a lot going on, and I totally agree that nothing is dead until 6:01 on Friday.
As for the distracted driving bill right now, it is still on the Senate calendar. Session ends at 6 p.m. this Friday. This week is Local Government Week in the state of Missouri. It's a chance for cities to recognize their employees for all the hard work they do. The city of Joplin today added messages of appreciation and support written in chalk outside the entrances of city facilities. Officials say the Joplin city staff make a big difference in the community.
A little recognition goes a long way. It lifts spirits and it gives us a little extra energy to continue to do great work. We've got a great team here, and they're all dedicated towards making Joplin the best community it can be.
The city of Joplin employs more than 550 people with more than 40 departments. Coming up, survivors from a mall shooting share their experience.
Tragic stories. I'm Alexis Wainwright in Allen, Texas, with details on how it all unfolded.
Plus the latest on Title 42 as it nears its end. Authorities in Texas are revealing more about the gunman who opened fire at an outlet mall in Allen, Texas over the weekend. The 33-year-old killed 8 people, including 3 children, and wounded at least 7 others before being taken out by police. Alexis Wainwright reports from Allen, Texas.
This video shows the moment the gunman pulled up to the Allen Premium Outlets before firing at shoppers with an AR-style rifle.
I've got victims. We need an ambulance.
At least 8 people were killed, including 20-year-old mall security guard Christian LaCour, as well as 2 young sisters, Daniela and Sofia Mendoza. This Army veteran tried to help one of the victims.
I did a quick compression on his chest and he spit blood up, and then he looked at me and his eyes just went straight fixed.
Raquel Lee captured this video of shoppers huddled in a bathroom closet as the attack unfolded.
People were trying to call 911. We couldn't dial out. I just remember thinking, oh God, he's coming in here next.
Police identified the gunman as 33-year-old Mauricio Garcia. He was shot and killed by an officer who happened to be at the mall. CBS News has learned he enlisted in the Army in 2008 but did not finish basic training and was terminated after 3 months due to physical or mental conditions. Garcia appears to also have had violent and racist views. On Monday, activists gathered at the Texas state capitol, urging lawmakers to advance legislation to raise the age for purchasing assault weapons from 18 to 21.
We've had enough of pictures and images of mothers covering their children trying to use their bodies as shields from these dangerous weapons.
In a surprise move, a Texas House committee passed the bill, but it still faces an uphill climb to becoming state law. Alexis Wainwright, CBS News, Allen, Texas.
There have been more than 200 mass shootings in the U.S. so far this year. The victims in the mall attack range from ages 5 to 61 years old. The pandemic-era immigration policy that allowed the government to quickly expel migrants at the southern border to slow down the spread of COVID comes to an end this week. Immigration officials say as Title 42 ends, as many as 10,000 migrants a day could come to the border hoping to make it to America. 1,500 U.S. soldiers and Marines will arrive on the southern border this week to help with the expected increase. California is one step closer to approving reparation payments for black residents. The state's reparations task force voted over the weekend to approve re-accommodations for possible payments, potentially numbering in the millions to eligible black residents. The 9-member committee approved economic models for legislators to then consider and determine any payouts. The panel also unanimously voted to recommend California apologize for the state's role in perpetuating discriminatory policies. A little later, we'll head to Northeast Oklahoma to check out a good cause for Harley Claws.
Plus, we're going to have more scattered thunderstorms as we go through the overnight hours. Those details coming up. Well, it turned out to be a warm one today again. Temperatures all the way up into the mid-80s for afternoon highs, and we've been watching some scattered thunderstorms late this afternoon into the evening. And then still ongoing outside for us right now. Nice shot. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, Indigo just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, we do still have a severe thunderstorm watch. This is until 11 p.m. I think even after that, we could have a few random severe thunderstorm warnings, but most of these are just going to be moderate to strong as we go through the rest of the overnight hours. This little guy, he's been, well, I guess not a huge problem. He's dropped a lot of hail, but very heavy amounts of rain, but has only sank to the south by about 50 miles over the past 5 or 6 hours, which is kind of crazy. We have some additional little thunderstorms popping up in our southern counties. So let's zoom in. Sinking very slowly south and weakening, but a ton of lightning from Girard over toward Frontenac, Liberal, just to the west of Lamar. So at least we're getting some decent amounts of rain out of that little cell. You can see this guy, southern parts of McDonald County, probably at least has pea-sized hail, and then stretching over into southern parts of Berry County, down through parts of Benton County. And we've also had some pretty good rainfall amounts for portions of the region. Look at Vernon County, anywhere from 2 to 5 inches of rain has fallen just because that storm was almost stationary as we worked through most of the evening hours. All right, let's go outside for us tonight. Still hit and miss scattered storms. Again, I think most of these are going to be moderate to strong. Can't rule out a low-grade severe thunderstorm. If we had one, it would be because of quarter-inch hail. Still scattered thunderstorms late tonight. Here's 2 a.m. Let's go to 3 a.m., 4 a.m. So it could be a little bit of a loud night. But these overall aren't a huge severe weather threat, which is good news, and then kind of calm down once again as we get into the morning hours. A lot of lightning with that cell up toward Pittsburgh, but with it weakening, the lightning has decreased across the region, but you can still see it popping up there. And then again, we have a threat for showers, thunderstorms, even a severe threat as we go through the next few days. So let's work through your Tuesday. We're going to start the morning. We warm in near 80 by noon. I think most of us go into the low to mid 80s once again. By 5 p.m., some hit and miss scattered thunderstorms are going to try to pop up. We're going to have a front draped through the region. Any storms that do pop up most likely will go strong to severe. A little higher of a tornado threat for us tomorrow. Most likely a cluster will try to work in mid-evening, 7, 8, 9 p.m. And these could most likely be strong to severe hail and wind and a low tornado threat, but a tornado threat. So here's 10 p.m. for us tomorrow evening. A little bit more widespread than what we've had this evening. Scattered showers and thunderstorms continue tomorrow night all the way into Wednesday morning, and then we do it again with more chances for thunderstorms on Wednesday. Here's your day planner for you tomorrow. High temp up to 84. We're going to make it an alert day just due to that severe threat with those storms tomorrow evening. 82 on Wednesday, 81 Thursday. Thunderstorms last into the weekend. I think we have a severe threat at least somewhere in the 4-state area each and every day all the way until the weekend. But hopefully we can get some nice, beneficial, widespread rain. Vernon County did a great job tonight, but we need to spread it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And then for the rest of the week, with there being potential thunderstorms and severe weather, make sure you guys go out there and download our Skywatch weather app.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Doug. Some folks got together for a good cause in Quapaw, Oklahoma today. It was for a cookout with Spanx Barbecue at the Quapaw Farmers Market. For $12, you could get a pulled pork sandwich, baked beans, chips, and a drink. All proceeds went to medical expenses for Danny Tanner, also known as Harley Claus. He plays a big part for the community come the holidays.
Like at Christmas time, y'all will see him anywhere on his bike dressed up as Santa Claus. Cruising everywhere, and it's really cool. People stop to take pictures with him. Of course, all the kids and stuff, they really look up for it too.
Danny got into a motorcycle accident this year and totaled his motorcycle. The funds go towards being able to get him back on his feet. Still ahead, Galena baseball sweeps Baxter Springs in their final conference matchup of the season. And Missouri Southern softball prepares to host a regional for the first time since 1993. Jacob Leonard has that and more next.
The Missouri Southern Lions finished as the runner-up in the MIAA Conference Tournament over the weekend, but the season not over just yet. The Lions have made the Division II National Tournament for the first time since 2001. Now, the selection show was this morning. This here is the moment the Lions learned they made the field. The Southern has earned the number 2 seed in the Central Region. They'll face Minnesota Duluth in the first round on Thursday. Check it out. Not only are they in the tournament for the first time in 22 years, but they get to host the regional for the first time since 1993.
Hosting is huge. We get to be in our own beds. We get to eat what we want to eat. We get to play in front of our fans, and we've had some really good crowds this year, and it's exciting. Our kids have earned it. Pat Lapierre is crying because she's so happy. I feel like this team is doing what we were set out to do, and that was put Missouri Southern softball on the map. And good things are coming to the kids, and I couldn't be more grateful. Southwest Missouri, please come out, support us. There's going to be really good softball being played at the Pat Lapierre softball complex, and please come out and enjoy it with us.
On the baseball side, Missouri Southern has made the semifinals of the MIAA Conference Tournament. The Lions took 2 out of 3 from Newman over the weekend to advance to the Final Four in the bracket. And the next game is Thursday at 4 o'clock, facing Northeastern State in Warrensburg, Missouri. The Lions took 2 out of 3 from the Riverhawks when they met in the regular season. Now, Pittsburgh State also in the Final Four of the MIAA Conference Tournament after taking their series from Central Oklahoma over the weekend. The Gorillas face the top seed in the tournament Thursday at noon, hitting the field against Central Missouri. Now, the Mules won the MIAA regular season title and are currently ranked 4th in the nation. The Baxter Springs Lions and Galena Bulldogs finish up their C&C schedule this afternoon. The Bulldogs host the Lions for a doubleheader and a pair of makeup games from last week's rainout. Starting here with game 1, both pitchers pretty good the whole way through. Hadley Price for Galena strike out there in the top of the 6th. Then bottom of the inning, it's Logan Guess doing the same for Baxter Springs. Game tied 2-2 going to the 7th. Looked like extra innings, but bottom 7, Galena gets the bases loaded with 2 outs. Pitch gets by to the backstop, allows Price to come in to score. That's how the ball game ends. Galena beats Baxter Springs in a low-scoring game 1, 3-2. In game 2, Bulldogs try for the sweep. The bats get hot for Galena, and they get it done. Final score in that one, 10-3. The same matchup, different sport. Galena and Baxter Springs softball meet on the diamond tonight. Game 1, second inning. Emily Schoen, 1 strikeout, then another. Baxter Springs leads 3-0 after 2. And top of the 3rd, Schoen helps her own cause here, sends a rocket to right over everybody. That brings Kenna Reinhardt home and makes it 4-0 Lions. Later in the inning, Lily Kennard fights this one off into the right field corner. That scores another for Baxter Springs. They go up 6 after 3. The Lions win Game 1 in a shutout, beating Galena 10-0. Game 2, Lions try for the sweep, but Galena comes back to win that one and avoid the sweep 6-1. It's playoff time for high school softball in Southwest Missouri. Pierce City and Mount Vernon meet tonight in the Class II District 6 semifinals. Mount Vernon winning a good one 3-1 to advance to the district finals. They meet the winner of this one. Diamond and Sarcoxy meet on the other side of the bracket. Diamond gets it done in that one 9-5. So it will be Diamond and Mount Vernon for the district title tomorrow night at 5:30 in Mount Vernon. So it's an exciting time for a lot of local baseball and softball teams. Probably none more exciting than the Missouri Southern softball team to make the national tournament for the first time in 22 years. And not only that, but to get to play on your home field in the regional, that's awesome.
I mean, throughout all sports, there's always the constant theme of you want to play at home, you want to play at home, home field advantage. It's not always just the crowd, but just the familiarity with your routine and being comfortable. And
the routine, the field, the fans, it means a lot, especially when you get late in the season.
And for a 40-win team, it's going to be a huge advantage.
No doubt.
All right, that's a look at sports. We're back with more after this. Man, we've had a lot of stuff going on, especially in you guys' departments. Doug, anything else you can tell us before we close out the night?
Just scattered thunderstorms for us tonight. Most of these are going to be moderate, some stronger ones. We can't rule out a low-grade severe thunderstorm as we go through the night, but just kind of hit miss storms, a little bit loud in spots. We're going to make tomorrow an alert day because we do have another severe threat tomorrow evening, high temp of 84.
Yeah, hopefully throughout the week, some of our softball and baseball teams can avoid that midnight rain, so no cancellations. What else do you have for us?
I hope so. We told you Pittsburgh State baseball faced top-seeded Central Missouri in the MIAA tournament semifinals on Thursday. We'll hear from the Gorillas on that matchup right here tomorrow night.
All right, sounds good. And thank you all for watching. Don't forget, the morning show starts at 5 a.m., and we'll do this all again tomorrow. See you then.